That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 12 carries, 68 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Lance to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
On the ready.
And they'll go for it. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
On first down, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown! George Kittle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Dalton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 15 carries, 75 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some control.
Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Andy Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The Lance going to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9, Lance winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Ready.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Thomas has got it. Complete. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas. 40 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the... A of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. On fourth down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? It always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. And tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you've got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw here, Dalton. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Dalton now to pass. And this one is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Niners, it's 7-3 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now Lance. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. Olave over the middle.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. And Dalton to throw. And that is incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense is strong in coverage.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Lance now to throw.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Got a man, that's IU.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Lance looking to throw it.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, but keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Ready?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lance
Taking a shot for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. He avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And this is caught by Watkins. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Lance. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 19. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To throw, it's Lance. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Cote. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick from the 6. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Saints to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They start the second half with Camaro. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Camaro. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. John Franklin Myers, the run in there to drop it.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. McCaffrey on the counter. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
What's good on the extra point? And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
23 yards on the play.
You know, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, It's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. From the gun on third down, Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. Working from the gun, Lance. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Pete Werner in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Throwing on second and long. Lance. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Here's Lance. Going deep here for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown 49ers. Quez Watkins, 44 yards. And the Niners get a bit closer. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
The penalty is declined.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Lance going to try to throw for this. And he'll get in for the 2 points as that'll cut the lead down from 11 to 9. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Down onto the field comes New Orleans. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Dalton. To the right side, and he's got Landry, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 39 yards there, a big one. Well, for Alvin Kamara, that speed-size combo, just about exactly what you want for a running back, and he uses that size, that strength to bust through a would-be tackler there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Dalton's throw complete there to Thomas. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And
intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Niners are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Here we go, Zach. Ready?
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Niners set to take over on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, it's Lance. His throw incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Lance. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
This one complete, Lance to Kittle. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw. Touchdown! Jalen Rager, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the 49ers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth.
Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And the drive was polished off on the touchdown catch by Jalen Reagor.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Saints on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here's Dalton. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Kamara gets it again on second down.
And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Dalton wants to throw.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Game in hand. The offense takes the knee.
2nd and 11 now.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked